Hi, Shelly here with We Can Make That and the Entrepreneur Planner, and we are in video number 3, and we are going to talk about the stats and the checkboxes on the main monthly page. So under monthly business tasks, and then the stats, and then the monthly business goals that are on this page. So these are the things that we're going to talk about. And I wanted to give you just some quick tips. This will be a pretty short video, and then some steps to help you get them done. So the first thing I want to talk about is, I guess, the purpose of these. So these are the boring tasks, I like to call them, so that, don't skimp on the boring tasks, I think is what we should call this video. And some people might not think they're boring, but my creative brain would rather be creating or writing or connecting with customers on social media or whatever it might be. And these are the things that are going to determine my content. So if you're downloading, these are, 72 billion ways to ideas for content on your social media or whatever. So these are the things that should be helping drive that content that you're creating. So I think when you get through these and you get used to looking at them, they're going to help you run your business every day. So I just want to look at my notes to make sure I don't forget anything. And usually when I jump into these, I have so much to say and so much to share and so many tips to give you. So I want to stay on track. So with these, they will help you. It will help you form data. So if you are making decisions based off of the data and the numbers of your business and not the emotional part. So again, this comes down to if you're doing posts every 74 times a day on social media, and you're thinking, okay, these posts I'm doing, with this meme or on this date with this tip, I'm getting no likes. And then at the end of the month, you go back and look at your data, and the days that you posted those are actually the days that you're getting sales made on your website or Etsy store, but you're not getting any engagement on your post. So if you're just making what I call those emotional decisions, where the vanity likes, so how many likes did you get on that post? But at the end of the day, when you come back and look at it, it wasn't so much that you didn't get any likes, but it inspired people to go to the next level with you, and they clicked through to your website. Maybe they called your store, whatever it might be. So that's what we want to make sure that we're keeping track of. And on this checklist, we have lives, the topics, the dates, email campaigns, blog posts and topics planned, affiliate management, billing and accounting, and then block time out for new content creation, and then there's a blank space. And then there's the spot for your stats, which I usually do engagement and followers. And then, like on email, I'll do open rate. On Pinterest, I'll do click-throughs, because it's not so much that I'm getting engagement or views. As far as I'm building my brand, that is important, but I also want to make sure what I'm doing is not giving them the full story, so that they are then clicking through over to the website, which is where at the end of the day I want them to go. Maybe for you it's to come into your store, maybe it's to go to your Etsy shop, but whatever that end goal is, we need to look at those stats and make sure that we're making decisions based on them. So with today's video, I encourage you to pick a time to do some of these tasks. So with today, I want to talk about the billing and the accounting. So this is going to help you give the numbers. So this is where you're going to go back and say, on Thursdays or Friday, I'm getting a lot of stuff, and I'm doing this on my social media Wednesday and Thursday, which is probably driving the traffic. So that's how you're going to make those decisions based on data. And it's a lot easier it's a lot easier in your brain space, because you were thinking, I'm doing all this work and I'm putting out all these social media posts, and at the end of the day, nobody's liking them. But when you can go back and look at your data, you can see what's actually working. So, you hate making reels, but at the end of the day, you realize you've added 200 more people, and they are ideal fans because you've talked about on those reels, not just the constant, lip syncing to music, but you're also giving them value on those. So they're following you for things that you're going to be making money on. So that's another thing to watch. And you're going to be able to tell that with your data, because you're going to be putting these things into your daily schedule. So how do I use this section then? Like, how do I make this work for me without it just being one more thing on my checklist, Shelly? So I want you to, first of all, pick a time. So are you going to do that billing and accounting on the first of every month? Then put that on your schedule. Flip ahead to, once you get that checkbox off of this page, flip ahead, so this is November we're looking at, to the first, and write it in there. Write it in there like an appointment that you can't miss. And then okay, I have to do that. And if something comes up and this is a field trip at little Sally's school that day that I want to go attend, that's fine. But I'm going to bump it here, or I'm going to do it the day before so I don't have to think about it. Because if you don't have this stuff done, this is the foundation of your business. And this isn't just, you can make beautiful items and sell an amazing service all day, but if you don't know where your customers are coming from and what they want from you, it's not going to do you any good. So I try to pick the first of the month. I actually try to pick the last day of the month, the previous month. So for this November one, it would be Halloween, so it'd be October 31st. So I try to do all my billing and accounting then. And then write it in your planner, write it in your planner, sorry, so that you keep that stats and that data forefront. And then you can go back and look. So when I started to do this, I realized all of the content I was putting out in June was not getting seen. Everybody was on vacation. Everybody was at the lake. Nobody wanted SVG files and nobody wanted my free downloads. Everybody was off playing, and here I was sitting in here doing work. So now in the month of June, I think it's June, I have to go back and look at my planner, we take a break from posting new content. So no matter how hard we pushed and no matter how much content we put out, it was just that the people weren't coming to the shop. They weren't coming to the website. And that's perfectly okay. But now that I know that, then I can schedule my time so that I'm not putting out amazing content that nobody's seeing, but I can use that time to get ahead. I can use that time to focus. And then I can use that time to take off because then I know I'm not going to be missed. The other thing I do is on the last day of the month is I also put a notice on my phone. So I get a notification on my phone that don't forget to go in and do that accounting checklist on that monthly's tasks. Let me see. I'm just looking at my notes, and I don't do it, 100% of the time. But the more I do it, the more I can see what's working, and the more I can focus on that. And it makes my business grow so much faster. So I hope this works really well for you too. The other thing I want to do is give you a quick tip. Is if you're feeling overwhelmed when you look at that page, you're like, that's a lot of check boxes, Shelly. When I wasn't doing any of those check boxes before, that's fine. Just pick one of them to master before you move on. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, never feel like you have to do all the sections, fill in all the blanks, fill in all the pages, fill in all the columns. You don't have to do any of that, but if you do one consistently for that month and then add on another one, you're going to grow your business so much faster than no decision at all, which is to spin your wheels and start overthinking it, and then you're getting none of them done. So just pick one. And then the other thing I wanted to share that I find really handy, and I've showed you guys this before, is this timer. So it's got, on the one I have, it has a 5, 10, 15, 20, and 30 minutes. And I use this a lot for cooking and rice and that kind of stuff too. But all you do is turn it, and then it goes to a 5-minute timer or a 10-minute timer. Or if you need to start it over, you just go back to 0. And then that is so simple, and then it kind of goes off and it starts to count down. But I'm going to put a link to that below. I got that off of Amazon. It comes in a few different colors, and then the different colors have different times on there. So there's like an hour-long one that breaks it out a little bit more. But sometimes some of these tasks you only need 5 or 10 minutes, but then you end up going over to check Instagram, and then you see like your aunt posted something, and you end up down that rabbit hole. So if you can set a timer and go collect those stats, it really should not take you even 10 minutes to grab all of them. Once you figure out where they're at and they don't move them on us, it can be a very quick thing. So some of these I will do with my CEO date, and then some of them I don't. So the ones that I don't, I make sure that they are put on a schedule so that I know what day that they need to be done. So that's what I wanted to talk with you guys today. To me, these are the boring tasks. So I'm going to encourage you not to skimp on the boring tasks. And if you have any questions on this, feel free to put it in the Facebook group for the planner, and I will link that below. And I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for your support with the planner. I hope you're finding it as useful as I do. I do not make any business decisions without my planner, and every year my business has grown substantially as it was before the planner. So I'm telling you, it does actually work. And if you are feeling overwhelmed, just start with one. And if you're still feeling overwhelmed, please send me a message or do a post in the Facebook group, and I would love to connect with you and help you get past that mindset and give you the tools that you need to move your business forward. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Have a great month, and I will see you next month.